Evil Laughter 01 here, guys. Today we got a collab incoming, and it's a very easy skip. Let's just get that out of the way. I will admit that was not the collab I was looking mostly forward to. There's still the Star Ocean one I'm looking forward to, but given that the mobile version of the game has crashed and burned, well, we might not see that. Just Cause, for example, is still something I'm looking forward to. I want to see Rico becoming a 7-star. He was promised he was going to be one of them. There was also the mana units, and we also had the Xenogears we were waiting for it, getting their enhancements as well. So there's still a ton of other collabs that I was looking more forward to than the Valkyrie profile. And I will admit, the Valkyrie profile, I completely forgot it because a lot of those units has just fallen completely off the meta because the way their triple cast was working. And I don't recall really had any chance of really being in the meta here on the global side. It was a very short time, but I know Engrim Super TMR is still damn good for Esther, who didn't get the best enhancements, so she's kind of like just sitting down there, not doing much either, so yeah, it's not been going too well. And sadly, the Valkyrie profile collab here is not going to go well either, because there is now 5 units you can pull for in this banner. Now, one way you could make it a little more enticing is making it a little easier for getting some of these 5-stars, especially the older ones. But I will once again say Gumi is being extremely greedy when we're looking at the banners here and getting the cost of getting these particular units. I am not happy with this one. It's just 160 for one of the 2 new units, or 120 for one of the 3 older units. Just no. And when you're going for a step up, there's 5 of these 5-stars now, which we love. I remember the last time the Valkyrie profile banner was there, and I was really motivated going in for pulling on a banner with 3 5-stars. Can you hear the sarcasm? But there is at least a step-up banner where you have a ticket at the very end where you can pick any of the ones you want at the very end. I still wish there was a guaranteed rainbow coming down here too, but that would be too much of a goodness. Gumi, please just give us a little passionate love. Let us feel it, for crying out loud. We need love in these hard times. I'm fine. Just been locked up for a couple of weeks. It's okay. But right now I can easily say this is a big skip out for this particular banner. But we are going to take a little look at these 2 new units coming in, Mestina and Lesad Valet. I think that was pronounced correctly. And we do have some enhancements we can look a little closer with Lilith, Engrim, and Freya. And I will definitely say these need some serious adjustments to be useful again with that unique triple cast function he had. So first up, let's take a little look at these 2 new units, and we'll dive deeper into this. Now, we only do a very quick look here on this particular unit, and it's the JP Sides version we're looking at the moment, and there are some global changes coming to this particular unit, so I'm just expecting overall some better damage and some readjustments on some of the frames. That's all I'm expecting. TM-wise, there's nothing really standing out here. It is a robe with a 55 in magic, 42 in spirit, and gives dark resist with 50% only for the character himself. Nothing special. The Super TMR is 168 with a 20% MP with a true double hand with 50%. Here on the global side, we do have Sakiko's Super TMR that has 170 and 2 double hands. So if you already got that, there's not much of a reason going for this particular one. But it's your choice, of course. And he's basically a mage, but he does come in with quite a few good elements. He has fire, lightning, and dark elementals, which are good combos. He chains by the Mystic Cross family. That is the Chaos Wave Awakenings here on the global side, if you're wondering. Now, one of the moves I was talking about is this one I'm expecting to get upgraded because, weirdly enough, it chains with the SR family, which makes no sense when the rest of it is the Chaos Wave Awakenings. So it makes no sense. So I'm expecting that being changed, and I'm also expecting when we are looking here that the Fire Lance is this particular move, most likely getting some higher damage modifiers at the very end, or you can stack it up a little faster, who knows. And I think that the same thing goes for the Lightning and the Dark Elemental, giving a bit of a boost power. So the thing is, I would say this could be a good option for you to go for this unit if you're lacking a mage like this, but given how crappy the banner is, I would advise you to go around it, because we are expecting next week is going to be the Advent Children's Cloud, and Tifa coming in. They should be just around the corner, and Cloud comes in with some really good gear that would be much more beneficial. Plus, you can use your unit choice tickets there if you want to get his Super TMR, which is not bad at all for true dual wielders that can utilize great swords. So yeah, it's not because he's bad. He does have 3 good killers. Again, very desirable in something like Dark Visions. You have humans, you have fairies, you have reapers. Not bad at all. A mage that has some killers in their kit naturally is always a nice thing. Also a pretty good limit burst. They can decrease fire, lightning, and dark resist 120%. And he can also amplify this up with 150% for 1 turn. So that comes some power out of it. But overall, because of that banner alone, why would you pull on this? Sadly, there's nothing really desirable about this unit, but I'm expecting his power-wise to become significantly high to try to lure you in. And the other 5-star is, of course, Mystina. Her TM, I really wish it was not exclusive passive to her only, because it's a Rob 140 in magic, and then decrease MP usage with 20%. For dual wielders, I do sometimes like Operative Cyrus, who has this incredibly expensive like Maga's ability with 999 MP cost, being able to make him dual wield and put this in here to reduce that with 20%, that would not have been bad at all, but it's only for her. Bit sad, but I will admit her Super TMR is honestly pretty darn cool. It increases magic with 80%, no condition of any weapons acquired, and it also increases fire, wind, and dark resistance with 80%. That is quite a bit of a number of elemental resistance you're getting out from this particular Super TMR. So if the banner wouldn't have been as bad as it is, I would have actually been tempted to pull on her, because that Super TMR, I could see quite a few mages benefited from it. Being able to build 3 different elements up to an 80% so easily, but nope, not gonna be pulling on this one. But she's also a mage. She focuses around fire, dark, and wind elemental. She chains same family, the Cross Awakening family, or Mystic Cross here on the JP side. There are some changes, of course, coming her way. Her Gate of Heaven is getting an adjustment, mostly some more power or more access to things. Her Firelands and Firestorm, I'm guessing this is one of the other moves up here, most likely going to be readjusted to become chainable. I could see that as an option instead of this weird one-hit move. So you can keep your chaining going. Decreasing fire, wind, and dark resist 120%, buffing attack and magic 180%. That could be maybe be buffed with 200% if this is one of the moves that's going to be touched. Outside of that, there's nothing really. She doesn't have any killers naturally in her kit. Her limit burst is nothing shouting about. It does give her a 300% buff to magic for 1 turn to the caster, and sadly it's limited to wind elemental. But yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary. It's mostly the Super TMR that really stands out for me, personally. But again, I am expecting their powers to be significantly higher to lure you guys in. Now, when we are going to be talking about the ability awakenings of these 3 units, once again, we can't really draw a full-on conclusion what their powers are going to be, because we're still lacking some numbers if their limit bursts are going to get any higher damage modifiers or anything like that. So generally, what we're just looking forward to is just very standard stuff, increasing overall power, defense and spirit, and HP, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing really standing out because it seemed like Gumi is not going to be trying to fix some of the issues. I'm kind of crossing my fingers if they were going to do enhancements for these units, and any global adjustments were to their triple cast would allow to use some of the same moves 3 times in a row, for example. Would have been nice instead of forcing them to use 3 different moves altogether. That's kind of always been the issue with these particular units. They never felt like they match very well to our ways of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is working. They came in with this idea and they worked like this, and they just hadn't anyone else to work with. So these units came and just fell off completely. So we need to see a little bit more when we get the proper data of what is going to be happening for them before we can tell if it's good or bad and where the power levels are going to be. It's sadly too hard at the moment. But yeah, we just have to wait to see. We'll return if there's anything standing out, of course. And the story shall continue. Nothing outstanding here, except we are going to get a bow exclusive for our beloved Athena. That's pretty much it. Plus, you're getting more Lapis! And of course, we're getting a story reset for these particular parts, the Nagi Nations, the Venus Psyche, and Dark Continent. So keep in mind, if you haven't completed the story reset for the previous one, get in there, get it done, or else you're not going to be able to get those particular lapis. It is quite a bit of lapis. You will miss out if you haven't completed it yet, and we still have the half energy, so utilize it, my friends, so you get through there and get that free lapis. It is quite a bit. So we're expecting for a little bit more lapis here and save it up for maybe next week. We're of course getting some lock-in bonuses as well, where we're getting a 10+1 summon ticket and some free lapis for a couple of days. Free lapis is always a welcome. Where the final 7th day also gives us another 10+1 regular summon ticket, but hey, free stuff is always welcome. And for the final hit banger of news, we're going to have a raid event. Yes, Shadow Raid. No, we're not sponsored here. Not at all. We got the raid event, of course, like any other raid events. Go in and beat the living crap out of it and get some currency to be exchanged for some random looting. Always nice. There's actually a pretty decent accessory you can go for this time around if you're lagging a bit on the magic department for accessories. Magic of 52, not bad, with an MP plus 30%. Not bad, not bad. I wouldn't say generally mages are desperately needing for some MP increase, but hey, it's not bad at all if you have a lack of those accessories. And of course, there are the bonus units. Always have that back in your mind to get the maximum out of it when you go into the boss. You kind of want to hit the maximum damage if you can, and at the same time have room for some of the bonus units to get a bit more currency out of it. And of course, the two newest ones coming in with the Valkyrie profile are going to give up to 60%, where the others down here are going to give you 40%. Quite a bit of selection, but if you haven't pulled for any of these particular units, well, then you have to work with the free unit. Oh, I can't remember its name. Sorry about that. And thus far, down to 10%. There should be some units you can play around there as well. Well, that's just generally how it is. I'm not a big fan of these bonus for the raids, but that's just how it is. So it's going to be a very slow, simple week, but after the Dark Vision units, I think people do want to kind of like chill off. We get the story event, we get the story reset. You can then sit back and just enjoy getting the lapis, save it, because I am expecting next week we are going to get some good stuff. So I'm a little more excited for next week, and we're just using this time to kind of like relax a bit, build up for some of the things we might need to, and enhance some of the units we might be lacking to do. So yeah. It's going to be a relaxing week, my friends. I would like to hear, are you planning on skipping out of this banner? Which I have a good feeling of most of you are. I will be running away from this particular banner. I am extremely disappointed with this one. There's just nothing there where I'm like going, okay, this seems like fair enough. Nope. The greatness is all over the place. So no, I am not tempted by this banner at all. I will advise you skipping it and saving for next week. Hopefully it's going to be what I'm expecting it's going to be. So I'm a little excited for next week. Cross fingers for that. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. And I will also say a huge thanks for all the positive comments underneath. The channel has already hit far more subscribers than I ever dared to believe in was going to be happening. And you guys have been just so happy. I don't know how to reply to all this. I'm just looking going, thanks, thank you. It's beyond it. But don't worry, there will be some other content down the line I'm going to be experimenting with. And it's going to be cringy as hell, but hopefully it's going to be entertaining. It's very different territory of what I've done before, but it's something I always wanted to give it a shot at. So we'll see if you're going to be finding it interesting. We'll see when the time comes. So in the meantime, please like and subscribe for the channel so we can laugh together in the darkness.